The filter-free diary. Uh,
Hey, it's 10:06. It's been a few hours. And the cool thing about being in a zero phase is everything does go a lot quicker. I am used to them, but I'm used to them happening because of a trigger. And then I always feel like I need to focus on that trigger because that's what started this elevated state to begin with. And then I usually get grumpy when I get pulled away from, the focal point. And I complete the focal point and then the state naturally goes down. Recently has been the first time I've ever not focused on the focal point. Like the other day in the store, Spirit did a weird thing and it brought me within 6 inches of this dude's face and it looked right into his eyes. And I'm looking at the data, so of course I'm going to read it, and I saw who that dude really was, and that freaked me the fuck out. So many things. Anyways, so back to the dream, because I used it on the dream, and there's a lot happening in that dream. I don't know how much you were able to pick up on, but I will admit that the symbol at the end, where I'm like having a breakdown and I'm crying and crying and crying, and then I like step back from myself somehow, and I'm waiting for myself to finish crying, and myself doesn't finish crying, and I'm like, fuck it, we'll just wake up, and I basically wake up. That was a reflection of the beacon I sent out. You might remember me talking about the beacon. I was bawling my face out when I was sending the beacon, and that was very similar. I mean, to me, that is the reflection of the beacon moment. And why I always dream about that stupid fucking job. Even though, well, okay, so I might have done it for like 2 years. I don't honestly remember how long I dealt with all that shit. Sometimes when you're dealing with bullshit, it's just easier not to count the days. Like some people are like, I don't need to count the days while I'm in bullshit. Anyways, yeah, I think I might have worked there for 2 years or so. So that might be why I dream about that a lot. But a lot of the jobs I've been in, where it's like, oh, there's a female boss, so I'm so excited because I'm thinking finally, a nurturing mother figure in, the job environment. That's gonna be awesome, but it never is. It never is. Because unfortunately, can I say this? You have to say this. Because unfortunately for those women, to get in that position, they have to impress men by acting like men, and then they start to get a little cold and distant and money hungry, and that's the weird thing that kept happening. I mean, it started in a coffee shop, but then I can't name names, but then I was working temporarily for this one chick, and she was a fucking demon too, and I wish that didn't happen to women. But you know what? Not for nothing, when I was a teacher, I was definitely, I wasn't at the expense of life and never thought money was important, but I did think learning was more important than someone's stupid fucking joke. So a level of hardness just kind of happens. But so I do understand why I dream that reflection a lot in the world, because that happens a lot in the world. But more importantly was the heart reflection of the heart going, 140 beats a minute. And the reason behind that is because the heart, as we've already discussed, is the number 4. Well, if I'm buzzing around like a bee for 8 hours on a shift, with my heart in a hyper accelerated state, there's something about the heart that's got to be a 5. There's something about that is, that excited state. And all you got to do is run spirit, run some blood right through the heart, and now you're turning that 4 into a 5. And that's kind of how, organics are still able to accomplish a number 5 without actually having a number 5, because the heart is a number 4 and spirit goes through it to make it a number 5. The lungs are 2 lobes of 2 and 3. That's how the lungs can become the 5 that grabs the energy from the air, from the outer environment, and brings it inside the organism. What a powered up 5. And then, not for nothing, the lungs are the 5, the heart is a 5, and now you got the head right above it, and it's a different kind of 5. It's a 6 technically, because we're 6 pieces, but there's a double 1. Like, organics are so creative when it comes to overcoming the number 5 in organic hump. We still use 5s, we math it. We math it. And menstruation is the biggest mathing 5. It's fucking awesome. So yeah, I just wanted to share the dream. Have a good day. Happy Thanksgiving too.